Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Inside My Studio. In this particular one, I want to share with you my setup, in terms of my desk, easels that I use, basically where I do my drawing and my work. So this is where you will generally find me in my art studio when I'm actually doing my drawing. This is my lovely drawing desk that I have. I've actually had this desk for over 20 years now, so it's very old, and it's been with me through a number of different moves, from living in a studio flat to where I am today in my little studio. This desk actually has special meaning to me because my lovely Nan purchased it for me. We happened to be on holiday and she was watching me do my drawing bent over, and I was getting such a bad neck because I've always suffered a little bit with my neck. And she was like, "You can't draw like that." So she very kindly bought me this desk, so it's extra special to me. I like this desk because you can alter the angle of it, which means that I don't have to bend over so much, which obviously helps my neck and back. And obviously it goes up and down as well, so I can put it at whatever height that I want to be working at. So fond memories have come with this desk. It's quite large. I can fit fairly large work onto it. As you can see here, I'm in the middle of doing one of my commissions at the moment. I can attach my iPad so I can see pictures of what I'm drawing as well. One thing I have done to my desk though is I've actually stuck some rubber corners on the bottom because I have a very bad habit. If I drop something and bring my head up, I've clumped my head a number of times on the corners, and I can tell you it hurts. So I'm like a child, and I've actually got myself some rubber corners and put on the corners of the desk so I don't hurt myself. Hot tip for you, if you find you do the same thing, get yourself some of those kids safety corners that I know I got for my children, which is where I had the idea from. So I love this desk though because of saving my neck more than anything else, and the happy memories. But if you have room for one of these, then definitely highly recommend. You can get all sorts these days. There's a lot more variety out there than when I looked years ago. Definitely you can get glass ones, get ones with drawers on. There's all sorts out there, so if you are going to invest in one of these, it's definitely worth having a little bit of a shop around and going to see them if you're able to see what actually works best for you. So there have been times where I haven't felt like using my big desk, sitting in a particular place with it. And also there have been times where I haven't actually had room to have my big drawing table out, moving around in different places. Sometimes it's had to be stored away. So I've resorted to using some other easels. Now, one of them, I'll show you a couple that I've got here. One of them is this one here. Let me just take that off. This is just a generic table easel, and you can fit reasonable sized pieces on it, and you can slant it, so it can be angled lower down or more upright. It folds up very small, so it's nice and portable. It's quite lightweight. So that one can be quite handy for using to sit at a table. And when I do that, I just always use a board. Which, while I'm talking about boards, I always like to actually put my drawings onto a board, whether it's a plastic one like this one I've got from Derwent, or I've I've got some wooden drawing boards as well, but the reason being I like to put them on a board is that it makes them portable, so I can just pick them up and take them wherever I want to be working at that particular moment. And also it helps to make sure that I don't accidentally bend my drawing paper in any way. It just kind of gives it a bit more protection, really. The other one I've got is this one here. This is one by Dale Rowney. This one, I do like this one, perhaps not quite as much as the other one. This one has been quite useful at times though, and again it's got a bit at the back so you can angle it. Now this one does actually go quite flat, and it can be used for doing 3D work on as well, and you can take these bits off the bottom to hold your board if they're in your way, so it has got quite a lot of options. This one, it's quite useful. The only thing I don't like about this one is when I'm using it as a drawing board, if I've got it like quite low down, you know, quite a steep angle, is that it's quite close to the bottom, so if you're drawing something low down, your hand kind of gets jammed in between the table and the board, which isn't terribly comfortable. So it has its uses, but you know, it depends what I'm doing, really. The other thing is, obviously I've got this giant sized desk here that I got from IKEA, so I can work flat, which I tend to use mostly for doing like mounting my prints, packaging them up, that sort of thing. Basically something where I want a flat surface. And I like this desk because I can raise it up and down. It came from IKEA, and it's just got a handle that I twiddle up and down so I can make it to the height that I want to be standing at, whereas before I used to work on the floor, so it does save my back. Highly recommend getting yourself a flat desk if you are doing things like that, save your back, as it were. The other thing I have is I do actually have a proper large painting easel as well, that I keep next to my desk, which if I'm doing a giant sized drawing like I did recently, I actually found it much easier to work on there. Generally though, I only use that for my paintings rather than drawings. I prefer to work at a desk, really, but there are so many different options out there that you can use that, you know, it's just finding what works for you, really. Thanks for watching. I hope you found that helpful. Sometimes it's just good to see what other people do and where they work. Don't forget though that with drawing you can do it absolutely anywhere. You do not need to have a special desk or a special easel. You know, it's something that you can do sitting on a chair, taking a sketchbook outside. So, you know, if you haven't got your own set space, then please don't worry. You know, just enjoy the process of drawing. Bye for now.